Praise the Lord. Jesus is Lord. Hello, everybody. Need to make a YouTube video here today because it doesn't seem like people are getting this prophecy. Okay, so I have to reduce this prophecy and make it very, very easy for everybody to understand, because it seems to me that people just love their lives here and they're not willing to start buying into that we're in a tribulation right now. Okay, the prophecy is really, really easy. It goes like this: March of 2020 plus 3.5 years equals September of 2023. Okay, that's the prophecy. All right, we are in tribulation right now. Okay, and you have 3.5 years to endure this, and then in September of 2023, we'll see what happens in September 2023. Okay, that's how this prophecy goes. But you're in something right now. Okay, we've never ever experienced what we're in right now. Okay, we are in a global, worldwide pandemic. Do you understand what those words are? Global, worldwide pandemic. Okay, but yet nobody knows anybody is in a hospital right now, and nobody knows anybody that has died from this virus. Okay, it's bizarre. Okay, and something that you need to look at right now is this verse right here, 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 and 16. Okay, it says this: love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love for the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but of this world. And I have to tell you, people, in my life here, I do not love this world. And yes, I'm retired now. Not in a good way. I live with my mom. And I have absolutely no reason to love this world right now. Okay, so since I'm a guy that doesn't love this world, okay, it's very, very easy for me to see this, to see this this prophecy. Okay, and as well as this slide right here that shows a map of the tribulation. You have a church age, then you have a tribulation, and then you have a millennium. Okay, and the definition of the church age would be that churches start getting persecuted. And for example, in March of 2020, the church doors were closed. Okay, I couldn't go to church on a given Sunday in March of 2020, and that the church age is over. Okay, it is over, and you are now in tribulation. It's just the definition how this works. And another question that I want to show you is the following: is how else is the Lord going to show you? Okay, ask yourselves this question: when did our lives change dramatically worldwide? Okay, not just here in the state of Michigan where I live, but worldwide. Okay, the only time in my life ever have people's lives changed worldwide was March of 2020. Right here, that's the answer, March of 2020. And the question people need to ask yourselves is, how else is the Lord going to show you this? Okay, all right, ask yourselves that. When tribulation starts, how will you know? Okay, and when tribulation starts, does it come on like a sledgehammer and pound you in the ground immediately, or is it like really, really subtle? Okay, like a global worldwide pandemic, really subtle, like a global pandemic, but yet nobody knows anybody who's sick and in the hospital, and nobody knows anybody that has died from it. Okay, does that not sound subtle to you? Okay, it sounds subtle to me. That is exactly what the enemy would do to us here. All right, so it's happening, people. It's real. It's going on right now. Okay, and the purpose of this channel here is to get you to realize this. This is going on right now. You're in tribulation. Okay, March of 2020 plus 3.5 years equals September of 2023. And if I was to run this prophecy by this guy right here. This is Steve Fletcher. This is his YouTube channel. I really like Steve. Steve is a guy that is really, really knowledgeable of the Holy Bible, and there is absolutely no way, okay, at all, you're going to get Steve Fletcher to take the cocoa jab. It is just absolutely not going to happen. And Steve, he prophesies a lot, and he thinks every day is going to be a rapture because he sees this. He sees the period that we're in right now. And I could guarantee you that if I ran this prophecy by Steve Fletcher, okay, right here, March of 2020 plus 3.5 years equals September 2020, I guarantee you that Steve Fletcher would be in agreement on that. He would say, yes, Brother Rick, that is a very, very valid prophecy. I guarantee it. And I hope someday I get to talk to Steve Fletcher. I'd really like to talk to him, and we have a whole lot in common. So I will be sending Steve a link to this video just so that he could take a look at it as well. All right, everybody. I wanted to show you a world population chart throughout history so far here. And anyways, this is a website you could go to, Worldometer, shows you a live recording of what the estimated population is. And I want you to notice something. I'm an engineer. I went to Michigan State University, and if I was to look at this chart right here, I would have to say, hey, you know what? There's something that happened right around here, this early 1900s, because you just got a big elbow upwards, a population explosion. Okay, and what happens is these prophecy people, they look at this world chart and they're like saying the same thing. Hey, we know that prophetic period started, Bible prophecy started around 1918 when you had the Balfour Declaration after World War I, and Jewish people from around the world started going back to Israel again. And people believe that like this pit was opened up, and this would be Revelation 9 verses 1 through 12. And I'm going to enclose a video here to demonstrate that right now, and we'll come right back to this in a moment here.
Rob Skiba goes into a little bit about how the generations that the angels that were bound, they were bound in the Euphrates and all that stuff. The generation ended. I can't remember how many generations they were bound, but it ended about the time that our knowledge explosion kind of took place. From then till now, people were riding. Till a 100 years ago or so, people were riding around on horses. They weren't. There was no cars, no vehicles, there was no airplanes, there was nothing real big in the technology boom. And then all of a sudden, bang, we go from cars to planes to spaceships to satellites to microchips. I can keep going to smartphones. You can have a little, this right here has enough. This is a computer basically in my hands, and they make them even smaller than this and more complex. But we've got all this stuff that's taking place. We're getting to where we can actually understand and change genetics, which something 10 years ago when I was studying it, people didn't really understand it yet. But now they're getting to a point to where they can splice the genes and do all these crazy things. It's outstanding the amount of technology that's taking place, that's a good theory of the thought that like this actually came from these beings that were unleashed for the end times, and they started coming and doing that. But then again, there's always these books that have been passed down, probably just waiting for the time when the technology was ripe to understand a lot of these things, because a lot of these ancient writings and stuff you almost need the technology to fully understand everything that it talks about in those things.
Yep. So the person that this guy was talking about was Rob Skiba. He's well known. You could find him on Facebook as well, and he has YouTube channels as well. But he was saying the same thing, that this population explosion that the world is going through ever since like the early 1900s here. I would expect, hey, health got better, and I would expect more of like a linear curve going outward. Okay, but no explosion like this. That's just not typical. I just don't believe that. And Rob Skiba would say the same thing. He's like, hey, we have a big, huge population explosion, and it's like this bottomless pit opening up, and he believes that has everything to do with prophecy as well. So. So yeah, think about that, people, when you look at a population chart here, as I'm trying to get you to believe that we are in the end times. So just think about that. All right, people, this slide right here about are you going to heaven? Yes or no. There's one caveat about this. Is that when you look at this chart that I have, the people that are going, yes, you're going to have, do you think you're going to heaven? And yet there's going to be people that are going to heaven and know they're going to heaven, okay? And the others going to be, they're going to heaven, but they don't really know. That'd be the doubtful, lukewarm people. And then if you are going to heaven and you're going to heaven, this would be my concern right now. Is the Lord happy with you? Okay, is the Lord happy with me? And so that would be, the what I would have to deal with right now. But on the opposite side of that, the people that are not going to heaven, and here's right here, the ones that know they're not going to heaven. I would put that like outlaw biker types. I've been to Sturgis before, and I know these outlaw biker types, and you could just picture it. They know they're not going to heaven, and they don't even care, and so those would be those type. But the one that's really, really horrible is the ones that are not going to heaven, but they think they are. Okay, and that would be Catholics. All right, and people, you could ask yourself, why am I so hard on Catholics all the time? And the reason is because I do have Catholic priest stories, okay? And I should say Catholic priests, and not Catholics, because I don't want to seem like I hate Catholic people. I hate Catholic priests because I know what they are. They're priests of Baal. They're modern day priests of Baal. And I have had run-ins with Catholic priests before, and they're not good. I had a Catholic priest. He called me the MF word multiple times. Okay, here's supposed to be a man that's a holy man, and he's calling me the MF word. Okay, to my astonishment, I was like totally astonished. I was 17 years old when that happened, and then I also knew another Catholic priest. His name was Tim. Okay, and Tim was a good-looking guy, and the friends that I had that were Catholics that knew Catholic priest Tim. He was like the youth priest. It was confirmed that Catholic priest Tim was having sex with the women in the church, and the Lord God would not approve of that, okay, at all. Plus, I play hockey. I've been in hockey locker rooms for over 25 years now, and this is something that you need to know. Every single guy in a hockey locker room throughout probably the world, okay, that is Catholic, they all have a Catholic priest story, a not good Catholic priest story, and it's all of them, all hockey guys in the locker room that are Catholic have a horrible Catholic priest story. Okay, it's just, and it's right in front of your face, people. Okay, right in front of your face. But that's the reason why I have kind of a vengeance against the Catholic Church, is because I know what it is. It's the dead church. It's a church where the false prophet comes from. Okay, Revelation 12, I believe, states that it says, "Come out of her, my people." Okay, her sins are piled as high as heaven, and you'll be responsible for those sins if you don't renounce the Catholic Church. Okay, and here's some articles. Hey, this, I'll let Yahoo Yahoo.com do my talking for me. Okay, here's 9,000 babies died in the Catholics there. You could read this article, okay, about the Catholic nuns and orphanages. German nuns were paid to drag children to be sexually abused by predatory Catholic priests. Hey, do you think the Lord would approve of that? Okay, do you really? Okay, do you really think? And Catholics say they call themselves the one true church. Okay, do you really think they are the one true church? Okay, that's what the priests tell these people. Okay, of course not. They're the false church. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, the Vatican's going broke, okay, because of all the sexual predator priests that they have. Okay, they're going broke. Okay, and this is stories about that. They have a nativity scene, and this is from Facebook. Okay, showing you like the demonic stuff that they have at the Vatican. Okay. This one, hey, Vatican permits COVID-19 vaccines made from using aborted fetal tissue. Okay, there's that one. Um, uh, oh, yeah, hey, here's the false prophet. This guy, he's the actual false prophet. Okay, and do you want to know something? Whatever the false prophet says, do the exact opposite. Okay, that's like a key strategy here as we get through this tribulation. Do the exact opposite of what this guy tells you. Okay, so if he's saying that the cocoa jab is morally acceptable, no, it's wrong. You do the exact opposite. Okay, that's a very good system to go by this next 2 years and 5 months that we have to go here. Let's see, what is this one? You can read that. And here's one. Here's about same-sex unions with the false prophet saying about that. This is another. Oh, if you were to look, this is a typical Catholic church. You know, here they got a idol right here. I believe this is supposed to be like Mary. Okay, the Lord would not approve of an idol here. This is breaking commandment number 2. Okay, you got dead Jesus right there. Okay, the Lord God does not approve of that. Okay, there's other satanic things and symbolisms here as well. If you just knew what you were looking at. Okay, that is the Catholic Church, people. A bunch of idols everywhere, and they just worship a bunch of stupid things. Okay, female worship in particular. Okay, divine feminine. They worship a divine feminine. Okay, very satanic. Okay. Oh, here he's calling Lady COVID. See the divine feminine worship there? Calling Lady COVID. Okay. The word is actually Luciferian, by the way, and so the devil is female. There's a verse in the Holy Bible that states that. I'll get that some other day here, but that's why he's calling it Lady COVID. He's basically saying that's the devil. This is all part of the devil. That's what the false prophet's saying right now. More reading. Okay. Oh yeah, here's more sexual abuse from American Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. Oh, that guy was horrible. That's and the guy was a cardinal. you know, it's just stupid stuff. Why would you even belong to this church? Why do I can't believe Catholics can't see through this. I really can't. Here's another one. This one's in. Yeah, you could read that. More. Yep, 9 Catholic priests in a Colorado sexual abuse report. Here's another one. Okay, hey man, this is demonic right here. Dead Jesus hanging on the staff there. Okay, more. Yeah, I just can't stand like even reading this stuff, people. Okay. There's something else about the nativity scene there at the Vatican. Out of this world. Yeah, that's an understatement. Yeah, just satanic stuff. Yeah, there's just. Oh, by the way, this hat right here that the false prophet wears, this is called a Dagon hat. Okay, it is shaped like the mouth of a fish because it's the fish god. If the Philistines worship this pagan god Dagon, and they wore hats like this, and it happens to be exactly why Catholics have fish fries on Friday night, because the Philistines worship this Dagon fish god. It's a fish god, and Friday was a big night for them to eat fish as well, and that's what this hat is. It's a satanic symbol. Okay, what else do we got here? Yeah, still talk. Yeah, you'll have to read what I was thinking there. Oh, here's one. Vatican clears multiple abuse claims. Okay, yep. Hey, they're not claims. They're facts actually. This is the same one. German sold orphan children for sexual predators. How about that? German nuns selling. How would you like to be a in a Catholic orphanage. Okay, that'd be horrible. Johnson & Johnson vaccine approved. Something else here. Oh, yeah. Oh, here it is. The Vatican, because they're running out of money, they cut the salaries of cardinals and priests, okay, because they can't afford to pay them anymore because of all the sexual abuse that they have done. Okay. Yep, here it is. Cardinals get pay cut to reduce costs. Yep, because of all the sexual abuse. And everybody, as we close here, you also need to know. I do have a lot of friends that are Catholic. I grew up with a lot of friends that are Catholic, and I'm just praying that they find this YouTube channel and that they take heart in what I'm trying to tell them about the Catholic Church, because they're in an abomination right now, and they need to come out of her. Okay, you have 2 years and 5 months to go to come out of here, to come out of your Catholic Church. And if you read Revelation 18 here, verses 4 and on, this is talking about the Catholic Church. Okay, here's the verse. I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye not receive of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities." And you could read the rest of it, okay? And it is talking about the sins of the Catholic Church, the priests, the pedophile priests, the sexual predator priests. That is the sins of the Catholic Church. And there is more. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but that church is just the false church. It just absolutely is a false church, and it is where the false prophet comes from. And any of my Catholic friends listening to this right now, you need to hop on the internet and do a Google search, and you need to do a search for a prayer of deliverance or prayer of renunciation. Okay. Yep. All right, people, this is what you need to do. You need to go to Google and search for a prayer to renounce Catholicism, and you'll come up with some prayers right here to say to renounce the Catholic Church. You need to find a Bible believing church and get yourself full body immersion baptism. Okay, that once you get a full body immersion baptism, that's like a once saved always saved type of thing. If you could get a full body immersion baptism, it's a guaranteed trip to heaven. Okay, you're there. So anyways, that's going to be it for today, people, for this YouTube video. And as always, we engage in spiritual warfare at the end of these videos. So here it goes. Devil, Lucifer, Satan, all you fallen angels, all you evil demons, unclean spirits, we, everybody listening to this in our families, we plead the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ. We renounce you, we curse you, we cast you to the deep before your time. You have no right retaliating against us. You leave, you go to the deep, you never return, and we command this in Jesus Christ's name. Done and done. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. God bless you.